Sometimes it's not. I always come back. I am Chucky, the killer dog, and I don't want to give that up.
Hello everyone, welcome back to this Home Depot prop review. Now these animatronics are quite strange. We have video of all of them now, and my opinions beg to differ from the past videos. We now have more Christmas props leaked, and official demos of those. And I must say, Home Depot brought it to us today. Now let's review, shall we? I am letting myself editing know in the future this is when the video starts. Now, we have this snowman here that is really scary. He's got these lights in him that are orange and they're quite scary. He has a generic SVI movement, generic SVI voice, and the music from Jack Frost. But I do like him just as much. He releases at this quite stupendous occasion of the manager's meeting. Did I say LMJ Halloween film bonus? Credit unto him. We also have this long hair pumpkin guy. With his movement, we can tell he's a budget. His audio is pretty bad, and he's actually decent. He's tall too, which is a plus, but he's just generic and will probably be only $1 to $150. Home Depot is always fair with pricing. I do accept. Now we're about to move on to this next one, but I do want to point out that there is a crow on the staff of the Scarecrowman, which is very cool. So he's definitely Pan-Asian Creations packed, but he is definitely really cool. Now this is, as some call it, Shrek. This is the 10-foot ogre. Obviously, this is a Carnival Carl reskin, but it is a lot taller, I think, and it uses the animation a lot better. The audio is absolutely petrifying, and it looks very scary. The eyes change different colors, and it beckons you to come closer. This is a really scary prop, and I do accept. He is very cool. Though he's big and has a latex face, if you cover him up in the weather, it's good. Now on to these witches. I cannot care less. I detest. Now these people obviously are just reskins of every other witch. They hold a possum, which is cool, but they just look too lazy. You can also barely tell if their mouths move, which is disappointing. Overall, they're decent for what you might want, but this does not get a solid review in my humble opinion. They are rather ordinary. Now we've got the Leprechaun, but first we're looking at the 15-foot Scarecrow, which is a white pumpkin, which is rather strange. But on to the Leprechaun. He looks very fun and very creepy. The music is such a whimsical touch to him, and it works very well. The beard does look a bit fake, and you can tell he's SVI by the laugh track, but it suits him well. There's that pig butcher, and there's also the Fear Valley Wolf, a great seller from last year. Moving on, there is a mini bust of the 15-foot Scarecrow, just like they've been doing with Inferno Reaper and the 12-foot Skeleton. Looking again at the 15-foot Scarecrow, he has quite the arm span, when the bird should. This is the bird. He is exactly a reskin of the Plague Doctor, and he's alright. His voice does not suit him, and he doesn't make sense to me, and the staff doesn't quite shoot out as long. We'll see him again in the Dark Zone, but he's a lot worse than the Plague Doctor, and I would not get or accept. He is a bit neat, but he's nothing that cool in my opinion. He's also going for a steampunk vibe with the skull he's holding, having headphones like a punk. I cannot believe I'm doing this to my voice. But I must do it for Lance Allen. Here he is again in the dark. Very unique. And there's this rabbit that is on lights only mode and it's not moving. I don't care about it anyway. Here is this clown that's turning the cog as if you expect something in the box, but instead his head pops out. Lots of hauners have been liking this prop, and I beg to differ. I do not think he is that unique, and he's definitely not that creepy in my opinion. But he's, whatever. Next, we've got 3 stackable zombies on lights only. They're alright. Next, we've got Tiffany, which is quite rather strange. She plays an audio track, and her voice kind of sounds like it's AI generated. Does mine. But it is definitely interesting. It's just the music score goes on a bit long. Now on to Chucky, nothing like the original. He's got a long audio track and a new phrase. He's obviously got a different head, the smiling's gone, and there's only one eye blinking. And he also has a little country twang at the end of the song he plays, which I have absolutely no respect for. Overall, it's interesting, but very strange. Up next is this app programmable skeleton. You can control any movement or lighting with it, which is very good answer. It is very unique, and I definitely respect it. You can voice your own phrases or download your own phrases, but it comes with 3 downloadable tracks half the hauners in the world are not going to use. They want to be able to voice their own props. Home Depot is just giving the lazy at heart a good gift. Overall, he is very good and very fun. Even the voice speed can be high-pitched like mine, and the eyes changed. Next is this creepy barber that I think will be a budget prop because it has the same animation as Soul Slasher with the arm moving up and the head turning side to side. If this wasn't, I don't think it would have that posture and the mouth would probably move because it makes sense. But since they ran out of budget, I think this is a budget prop. And if so, this is the best budget prop of the year in my opinion, even though he should maybe have a razor or something because he's a barber. He is alright overall. He's just not particularly my favorite in the lineup. He wouldn't be the first one that I would be interested in. But he is definitely very, very cool. It's just he goes way too long. That's all I'm gonna say, alright? Overall, he's just alright. There is a 3-foot Dean the Deathologist, which is cool since he was one of their classics. Now moving on to this butcher I have no respect for with the voice. He does look very cool, and the animation suits him a lot better than the Soul Slasher Scarecrow. This will probably be a budget prop with the light-up eyes and the more detail. I think he'll be maybe $150. It's just he plays some stupid music, his phrases are a bit weird, and his voice does not suit him well. Does my voice suit me? Subscribe to the channel. He is alright, he's better than Soul Slasher, but the audio definitely had more heart on the Soul Slasher. Now to this witch. It's alright. It is very decent, not as good as Lethal Lily or even the Sea Witch from Lowe's. The hand doesn't make much sense with that same servo movement as Darth Vader. It is alright, and the face doesn't make much sense either. We also get a look at a tricycle doll, which I could not care less for since it is so out of the book generic. She's alright, it seems her head's a bit cocked though. Here is that 10-foot shark, which is just amazing and beautiful. And here is the fisherman. Obviously a reskin of the 2023 fisherman that was very good. This one has a better face sculpt, but the voice does go on for a bit. Perfect for a haunt and goes well with the theme that the rest are going with. Now we can see in the background the facade and the pirate ship, which does turn the wheel. Very, very creative. So, that is very cool. The shark goes well, and you can get a whole nautical set from Home Depot this year. Very glad. Quite stupendous. More tombstones that everyone will appreciate, and this Pan-Asian Creations Reaper. Reminds me of all those beautiful 2020 MP4 props that just were a Biddle Battle skull with a bobblehead and the mouth moving up and down. Luckily, he does move the scroll up a bit, and I think he'll be a budget prop because he just looks that way and looks a bit cheap. but it seems all their budget props raise the arm to some extent, like that's the cheapest kind of animation you can use. The scroll's a nice touch, and maybe half off I would get, but it would need customizing because it does look very cheap. So, it's not that perfect, in my humble opinion. Holy crap, this video's already 9 minutes long. I apologize greatly. This guy needs to shut up and hurry up. Next is this skeleton that first I thought was pneumatic, but it turns out it runs on this track. People thought it would go fast, including myself, but it goes slow. I both love and hate this new slow animation this has. It would have been cool if it charged towards you, but the subtle opening of the jaw with a loud roar is quite scary and quite stupendous. So, I will have to say, this one is pretty alright. It's not perfect, but it's good for what it is. It's just very slow. Not too much of a fan of that, but I like how it looks. It's just you can't have it in the rain because then the track would get wet and mess up the animation. Notice some very cool new tombstones in the background that are very neat. The barber's also set up out here just as props were last year, and he looks better in bright lighting, I must say. Now there's this grave robber that looks a lot different, a different face and a different look than the normal ones that they've been selling every year since 2020, with that skull popping out of the mulch, reskin of Cotton Candy Dan, Goblin Thief, and Henry Hustle, and I love that animation used to that extent. He looks very good and better than any other gravedigger they've ever released in the world. Now, there are these stacked zombies, which I hate. They do not look good, the animation doesn't look good, and their voice is pretty bad. They're obviously more of a kid-friendly prop, although they do talk about brains. They're just goofy, but it's literally the same thing as the clowns, repainted with some scuffs on them and a different voice. So it is pretty dang unethical and unrealistic. So it's just there, and it's just okay. I don't see it selling full price. Here's a 3-foot Skeletor. Here is Bride of Frankenstein, which uses the head tilt servos, eye blink, eye turn servo motors. It doesn't move the mouth, but that's alright. And I'm glad it plays classic Monster Flake monster music, because Frankenstein talks, and usually what they'll do, especially with Chucky and Tiffany, is they'll both talk, but when one's trying to talk to the other will also, so it gets jumbled up. So I like how she just plays music to perfectly go with Frankenstein's talking and mumbling. On to the next video of Christmas. Reminding me in the future to start it now. This is the Home Depot Christmas lineup. Obviously we had the snowman before. Now we have this Santa, which is supposed to have servo eye blinking, but as disappointing as and stupid as it may seem, his eyes don't move in this video. Which means he's set up wrong, he's bad from the factory, or SPI quality stinks 2025. He looks good, but the eyes definitely look bad off. There's also this giant blow-up snowman, all these stacked presents, new giant 12-foot fuzzy Grinch holding Grinch book. It's definitely stupendous. All these dogs playing teeter-totter look pretty good as a inflatable. Always gotta love them. There are these Bluey and Bingo Bluey inflatables, and there also are animatronics coming from Lowe's. Leave a like if you want that video to come out. But here is the new lineup. We've got Mickey and Minnie from last year. It's just now they're dressed in a more normal outfit, just with a Christmas hat. Mickey does look a bit weird, and his pants look weird, not connecting much to his body, and he has the Lowe's Nutcracker audio of The Night Before Christmas. He looks perfectly alright to me, but he definitely looks off, because that's just a black shirt attached to his body, and it certainly should stay the same and been customizable. This is Goofy. He's life-size, a bit unsized proportionate to these other little friends of ours, and they are really fun. He talks about building a snowman and tells the little kids stories all night long. He is definitely interesting and has pretty good animation, and I think he's better than all of them. And getting him on sale last year, he's kind of a requirement due to my environment. But he is definitely neat and is definitely at the top of my list. Here's Minnie with the same generic stupid audio, just wearing a dress with Christmas stuff on top. Seems like they're going for a Minion approach, where they don't change the outfit, but leave it as a normal character. When you take the Christmas hat off and the scarf, it just gives you the normal character. Which is a cool idea, but I don't think it worked in their favor. Yeah, she's alright. She's worse than Mickey, though, and she's not that great. Next is fake fireplace. We've got Olaf, which must not be turned on because it doesn't have a button, so it might just be a statue, unfortunately. Which is pretty sad to say the least. Here is Santa again! Hope this one will work. What do you think's gonna happen here? Type 1 or Type 2? His eyes are gonna open up in the demo. You have 10 seconds.
The elves have been telling me how hard you've been trying. And don't forget to...
Oh, his eyes didn't open at all, so... that is pretty bad, and I do not accept that little sand guy. Here's this Grinch, and if it's made by Jimmy, I'll be proud. You might not notice it at first, but the mouth does move, meaning the bottom part is latex, which looks great. His arms do look a bit weird moving in and out, but it is nothing like those classic plush Grinches that just swing their hippie whippies and they sing the Grinch song. This definitely looks better, and is a lot more technologically advanced, and I even think it could be SVI. It is definitely a great prop. Now I'm going to end that because this is the end of the video. Let me know if you think that these animatronics are good. I think they are very swell. They are quite stupendous on this amazing occasion, and I think that Home Depot's pretty solid this year, but I think 2023 and 2024 were better years. Overall, I think this is quite an amazing lineup. There are definitely some duds and some letdowns, like with that Big Butcher. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. And for everything horror, this is Review Bra. See you later, everyone.
Sometimes it's not. I always come back. I am Chucky, the killer dog, and I don't want to give that up.